All right, so my friends, welcome. We're playing some Modern today because this week, unfortunately, I mean, the good news is I have a schedule, right? And the good news is that I'm going to be at Command Fest Orlando this weekend. Meet and greets, VIP drafts, gonna be a lot of fun. There's still some tickets left, I believe. Definitely want to see you there if you can go. But that means on Thursday I'll be traveling and therefore unable to do 10 new brews, unfortunately. The early access event is set for Thursday. We tried to warn them to tell them to move it back a day for all the folks traveling to Command Fest because there are a lot of Command Fest and a lot of concentrators are going to those, but they didn't. So we're playing on Modern, and then we're going to be doing that 10 new brews next week, unfortunately. And it is what it is. So here we are. We're playing a deck 5 out of League on Magic Online, played by Brunister, and this is a Grief Fury sort of scammy deck, playing Feign Death and Malakir Rebirth and stuff, but also just playing Archon of Cruelty, Persist, and a fun old uncommon from Saviors of Kamigawa, Footsteps of the Goryo. They meant it for a sorcery. General creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield, then sacrifice it at the beginning of next end step. It's kind of a weird one. You only get it back for a brief time, and then it goes away immediately. And this, obviously, with Archon of Cruelty, gets you 2 triggers, which is pretty good. Or with Fury, you can kill some stuff. But if you have one of your Feign Death effects, you can just keep your creature indefinitely and get even more triggers off Archon of Cruelty. So on turn 4, you can Footsteps, get back Archon, trigger Archon, and then Feign Death the Archon, it dies, trigger it again, and then ETBs again, trigger it again. So pretty insane. Also, I've got some Fables here, Seasoned Pyromancers, you get the idea, Thoughtseize. And you can't just cast Grief and cast Fury as well if the need calls for it. One Emrakul on the board, which I guess is for like mill, because there's not much really to do with that. Stony Silence, Path of Peril, Terminate, Wear Tear, you get the idea. So that's the deck. Let's get right to the games, brought to you by
Cool Stuff Inc. is proud to sponsor Jim Davis. We offer great deals on card games, tabletop RPGs, board games, and more. Get a free token featuring Jim Davis and take 5% off your next order if you use the code JIM5 at checkout. CoolStuffInc.com. Cool stuff in stock.
All right, opponent finally shows up. We got Cliffs, Pyromancer, Footsteps. This is pretty good. We have Thoughtseize, Pyromancer, Footsteps. You can draw a red source, but this is fine. We can keep this. So DreamHack was last weekend. It was standard. The regional championship was there. $30,000 the first place. 2 world slots on the line. And I played Domain Control, very similar to the deck I played on stream last week, the Vorak deck in Standard. It was pretty good, but I lost the last round playing for day 2, unfortunately. And then I played a 10K on Sunday. Changed decks to play Jeskai Control, which I actually liked a lot, but I went 2-2. I had a game where I just didn't play Magic. In game 3, I just didn't play any spells. And then I probably could have played better in another game also. So it was good, though. It was surprisingly good, actually. But overall, fun weekend, though. Got to hang out, eat some great food, hang out with some people. Got to see my buddy Mike, Tannen, and, of course, other stuff, too. All right, so we're playing against, this looks like Rhinos. They have Fire Ice, Dead Gone, Brazen Borrower, Endurance, a Violent Outburst. We don't really care about the Rhinos themselves, but we care about this Endurance for sure, so they got the Ice, they got Shock Bar. Borrower's like a little annoying too, I guess, but Jeskai should be some. I played it at some point on stream, so it should be up there. I think it was called Real Control on my YouTube. This is awkward because obviously Brazen Borrower is pretty annoying too. I think it still has to be Endurance though. We can beat some Rhinos. So here's their hand. We'll say go. And their hand is a Dead and a Gone and a Petty Theft and a Brazen Borrower and a Fire and an Ice. They have a 10-card hand apparently. Check this out. There you go. Dead, Gone, Dead and Gone, Petty Theft, Brazen Borrower, Ice, Fire, Fire Ice, Island, Violent Outburst. That's the whole hand. So they're going to go land go. They're going to Ice me probably. Which is annoying, but not the end of the world. All right, so I imagine they're going to Ice me here. Well, Mire, get a Bloodstained, or get a Blood Crypt and play Pyromancer for next turn. Grief. Or we could fire up the whole grief thing. Yeah, I should probably fire up the whole grief thing, actually. All right, so let's go Swamp, Grief, Pitching Footsteps, and then Rebirth. And then we'll just Pyromancer to redo. So like they have, their hand is Outburst, Borrower. Yeah, let's just do that. Okay, so let's go Swamp. Let's go Grief. We will look at the card first. Scamming. So, their hand this time is, what did they add? They added a Force Negation. That's kind of a jerk move. So now they can force my Rebirth. That sucks. And they drew a Cascade card and a Force. No land, though. Let's just take the Force, right? It's okay. I can still get this Rebirth off. Take the Force and then take probably a Brazen Borrower. So this Archon can stick. Yeah, take the Force. And then let this Rebirth go off. Lose 2 life. Take the Borrower. And then, of course, Archon obviously beats Rhinos. No problem. So it dies. Comes back. And this time we take Borrower. If they've only had one Cascade card, I'd probably take the Cascade card. But, alright, so they have Dead Gone, Agent, Outburst. And they need to draw a land. If they do, they have Rhinos this turn. But then I have Pyromancer, discard Archon. And we're drawing to 6 reanimation spells, which is pretty good. What's the least offensive pitch elemental? Probably Endurance, right? Endurance feels the most like, you know, they're gonna dead, sure. The most reactive. Phoenix, reset, thanks so much. NHL playoffs soon, hell yeah, let's go Rangers. Alright, so let's draw a Fury, sure. I guess Salty's the tamest, right? Yeah, Salty's definitely the tamest. Alright, so what is this land? It's kind of fun land. Pyromancer. Discard these 2. Drawing Rebirth, another Pyromancer. Not ideal, but fine. Obviously, we were scared of a fresh Endurance, but yeah, it's Salty for sure. Alright, they draw a land, and now they have Agent for Rhinos, but like, I think that's just fine, honestly. You know, a couple 4/4s, whatever. At this point, it's turn 4 now. We have some bodies in play. Get that first Archon off, and we're good to go. Drawing a Thoughtseize. Alright, so their hand is... We can Thoughtseize their Outburst. We're at 15. I want to just dig with Pyromancer, though, honestly. I just want to go deep and try and find a reanimation spell. I'm just going to play Pyromancer. We could also just block the Rhinos, too. It's funny because they have Outburst. They could pump things up, but... Discard the hand. Just draw more cards. What do we got? Got to discard both. Draw Cliffs, Pyromancer. Jeez. Alright, sure. Alright. Say go. We'll line up a bunch of blocks. Just go for it again next turn. Arr. There be pirates here. Alright, so we're going to put in a bunch of blocks. We're going to block here. Then we're going to block... We need to play around a removal spell. I block like this. Nope, doesn't work. I just block with everything. Whatever. Block with everything. Party block. Braveheart resub. Thanks so much. So they outburst and they can get some more Rhinos. Suppose we need to find an answer at some point. So we're taking 5 here. And they're going to have 12 damage next turn. So yeah, we need to do something here or we're going to be dead. So unfortunately, we just haven't found our stuff yet. But alright, so take 5. We get to keep 1 elemental. And we're at 10. Gemstone Caverns. And we draw. Persist. Thoughtseize. Damn it. Killing me, Smalls. All right, let's just fire it up. Not gonna cast Thoughtseize because I don't want to take 2 damage. We get to have, well, we can block. We're still alive technically. We're dead to a lot of things, but we draw Marsh Flats and Grief. All right. Not ideal. We are dead to, any Fire Ice, Dead Gun, Brazen Borrower, another Outburst. This game felt like it was going fine, dude. It kind of sucks, honestly. We just couldn't find the Reanimation spell for one of our things. We did pitch one, obviously, but... Alright, block with everything. Are we dead? Are we still alive? No way. Still alive? Inconceivable! Alright. Should have fetch and go to 1. Here we go. Here's a big one. Wrong button, sorry. Here we go. Rebirth. Tilt. Alright, yeah, we're dead. Let's take a look at their hand, I guess, and then we'll pack it up. That's tough. The Rhinos deck is so, it's so, kind of mundane. They don't really do anything broken, but alright, here's 10 power, hope it's good enough. And I was good enough that time, unfortunately. So, looking at our sideboard, not really much to do here. Terminate. I guess Path of Peril plays. Path just kills all the Rhinos. So I don't really hate that. What's coming out? Obviously, having Endurance is pretty annoying, honestly. And the question is also, what are we boarding out to bring in these Path of Perils? Thoughtseize. Yeah, Force of Will and Endurance, or Force Negation and Endurance is a pretty good pair against us. Fury is great against the Rhinos. It kills one Rhino and then blocks the other one. So I think Fury is pretty good. Fable. Fable seems kind of bad. They have tons of ways to kill the token. Bounce it. Let's bring in they want all 4 Path of Peril? I guess, right? Just kills the Rhinos. And then I gotta cut. Maybe we shave a reanimation spell or 2. Feign Death, Undying Malice. Shave a Malice and a Footsteps to be a little less reliant on the graveyard. I think I like this. Let's try this. Alright, on the play. Try it again. We've got Persist, Rebirth, Archon, Fury. And we have the Persist this time, but no way to get it in the bin. Let me still keep this, though. Any red card is a Fury, and then we can Persist back to Fury. Current modern, not so diverse. Yeah, there's definitely, a pretty... I think that the Modern Horizons 2 basically made Modern much more like Legacy, where, in Legacy, oh, man, there's just 10 cards you have to play. Force of Will, Wasteland, Brainstorm, Ancient Tomb. There's just a subset of cards that just are must play cards. And you can brew around those cards, you have to play them. And now Modern's like that too. You just have to play Ragavan, or you have to play Fury, have to play Solitude, Teferi, Red and 6. These are all just cards you kind of have to play, and then the decks get built around those cards. So I will say that for me, Modern has definitely lost some of its luster in the last few years, thanks to the Modern Horizon release. It sucks, a lot of the cards are really fun, but the top end of the cards are pretty annoying. All right, so we draw a Grief. We can just Grief here and then persist it back, which I don't actually hate, because we get to Thoughtseize them twice. But I guess then I would lose one of these 3. Yeah, it doesn't actually work. So... So Reef, discarding, Persist. They have 5. I think I just want to do this though, so we can check for interaction and then also hit a Rhino card if they have it. So let's Grief and let's dump Persist. So let's take a look. Here's your Thoughtseize effect. What do you got in hand? They have Dead Gun, Fury, Salty. So honestly, their hand's pretty freaking bad. They have very little going on here. Obviously, Gone is amusing against Archon, but we still got our triggers and stuff. They have Fury and Subtlety. I think we'll take Subtlety here. Like, Fury's pretty bad against us, honestly. So, take Subtlety. And then she'll let it die. And then we're not going to do anything else. We'll just say go. Their hand is Dead Gone, Dead Gone, Dead Gone, Dead Gone. Scalding Tarn, Fury. We say go. Pioneer's good. Pioneer's definitely fun. Here's a Triomes. They have perfect mana. Scalding Tarn. Let's draw like Pyromancer or something. Bitter Reunion. That plays. We like that. All right, let's fire up the Reunion. Discard this Archon. Hopefully they don't draw an Endurance. Goodbye, Archon. Hello, Thoughtseize Marsh Flats. Not too shabby, actually. Let's just Thoughtseize them. They obviously have Gons. They can bounce the Archon, so I can't give it haste. But we still get multiple triggers off it and stuff. So fire up Thoughtseize. Ship it. So they had a land to their hand. They have Dead Gone, Fury. I would say we'll take one of the Dead Gons. Don't think it matters that much because their hand's really bad against us. And they can't tap out for anything, or we just persist and haste the Archon. Pretty fun card, Bitter Reunion. Very, very simple, elegant card. It just does a lot. It doesn't look super, super exciting, but it's actually pretty awesome. Play Misty, say go. Footsteps of the Goryo. So I guess we actually want a Footsteps here because that'll force... Yeah. That'll force the Archon. They'll bounce it. I could try and give it haste too. So yeah, well, let's get our Archon trigger. So right now, Footsteps is basically just like 3 mana. They discard, you draw, we gain, they lose. And then they have to use their spell also. It's just like a 5-for-1. So I'm pretty in for that. So cast Footsteps targeting Archon. And Archon triggers. Now, of course, this will die at the end of turn, but it's fine. They're going to bounce right now. Cool. So, they gone. Archon trigger resolves. They discard. We draw. We draw another Fury. We discarded a Misty Rainforest. So they have one card and it's Fury. That's it. And now we have Fury, Persist, Archon. Just play a land, tap, and say go. So now looking for a way to discard, a land, a hardcast Fury. We got Persist available also. It's looking pretty good overall. Pretty Lights resub. Thanks so much. What's up, folks? Welcome. Like fancy lands here. Do the fancy lands. Anyone going to Command Fest Orlando this weekend? Untap. Draw. Rebirth. Pretty sure we just play this as a land as I go. So we have access to Hardcast Fury. Might get a little FTK battle here. We Fury, there, they Fury, we Fury, etc., etc. Alright, land, go. Hand is Fury and a mystery card. We untap and draw a Bitter Reunion. Awesome. I mean, with nothing here, we're off for the races. So, discard Archon. Draw Pyromancer. Cool. Persist back the Archon. And attempt to go for a Hasties. No. They have Endurance. They have Endurance. All right, so pretty good for them. So they've drawn Endurance. Now they have Endurance, Fury, and nothing else. That's going to fizzle. We'll play land, say go. Now we have our Fury to kill this next turn. We can even give it haste and attack with it. So they're also at 13. Like random pot shots here. So Fury, kill, haste, attack for 6. Here comes Endurance. A little tickle for 3. Footsteps of the Goryo. That's actually not the worst. Because again, we have... we can just return this Fury at some point too. Yeah, Bitter Reunion plus Footsteps is pretty cool. Pretty fun little interaction. Just giving stuff haste. Simple way around the drawback of Footsteps. Have a little haste. Don't be hasty, Mr. Baggins. Not Mr. Baggins. Mr. Brandybuck. Freaking Lord. Pretty soon, we might be able to give haste to Mr. Brandybuck with the new Lord of the Rings set. All right, say a Brazen Borrower, and they're going to cast it? Sure. I mean, bouncing a Fury to play a Brazen Borrower is kind of interesting, so we're just going to kill it with the Fury that they just gave us, but... see what happens. It's a cube card. What do we think? I feel like this might be a cube card. Just flexible enough. Path of Peril. That's not really us right now. Alright, so... fire up Fury again. Stop moving around. Stop moving around. Jesus.
Somebody's playing a prank on me.
Alright. Try and kill this. It's dead. You go for haste? We're going for haste. Haste it. Send it. No. They're going to Odawara, sure. They're on the Bounce Fury plan. Is it a good plan? I don't know. But they're definitely on it.
That's it. I'm going to clown college.
A little bouncy bounces. 2 cards in hand. They have a Fury and a Mystery card. And we draw a Grief. We just hardcast Grief here, right? This is the kind of game we're in right now. Take a little looky-loo. Take the Fury. They have a Scalding Tarn left. Your turn. We have Path of Peril for some Rhinos. We have Double Fury. We're obviously just absolutely drowning in resources right now, so... they draw Fury off the top. Thoughtseize bug. It's fine. Not a big deal, obviously. Just watching a Fury, they're a Fury. They even know we have the Fury, too. So, like, we're about to get into the old FTK battle here. Who was there, Gandalf? 3,000 years ago. I flame tongue, your flame tongue. I flame tongue, your flame tongue. Alright, here we go. 1 Fury, please. I'm not sure why they're still in this game, honestly. Like, this game seems pretty clearly over. Game 3 waiting room? Yeah, exactly. Right? Just like, alright. I mean, even if they make some Rhinos here, like... just like Furies alone beat the Rhinos. We also have Path of Peril. We got Pyromancers for days. We got Footsteps. Nothing. Alright, so untap. Obviously, they could have some Rhinos or something like that here, but... Jazz, what's up? Great to chat in the RC. Good to see some more Modern. Awesome, my friend. I got to meet a lot of folks at the RC. A lot. Looking forward to meeting even more in Orlando. Obviously, when I'm playing in a tournament, it's a little harder to meet. They're gonna bounce the Fury again?
Waka.
All right, let's guess Pyromancer. Let's discard, I don't know, Cliffs. Maybe a Pyromancer. I want to keep the extra discard out with, though, because I have Footsteps. Discard lands Fury. All right, we draw an Archon. We're almost at the point of freaking just hard casting Archon anyway, so let's get a Mountain. Oh shit, I misclicked, whatever. Let's play Pyromancer. We're 1 land from casting Archon. I think we still have discarded though. Discard this. These Furies are like whatever. Let's keep Path of Peril for the thingy. Bitter Reunion. Obviously we draw land too, so sure. I mean now I can Bitter Reunion and haste the Archon too, so why do I enjoy Historic so much? I wrote an article about it. You're more than welcome to read it. I think everyone's complaints about the alchemy cards are unfounded. I think people are just being too grumpy about digital-only things. I think the alchemy cards are, by at large, mostly very fun. There are some misses, and I'm a little off the rebalancing for cards that exist in paper. But all in all, I think the format's very, very fun, and the cards are very, very fun. There's my article about it. So, yeah, sure. So let's cast Bitter Reunion. And then cast Footsteps, and then see if they want to try and respond or not. Alchemy cards, less offensive than Modern Horizons 2 cards. I mean, that's not even that hot of a take, honestly. All right, we also drew a Feign Death. Oh, wow, we're just doing all of it. All right. Footsteps, targeting Archon. Doing the thing. Agree. You're totally correct in that the cost of Historic is by far the biggest downside of the format. It is extremely expensive. I couldn't agree more. All right, so game 3, I don't think we changed much, honestly. I mean, obviously it stinks they have endurance and stuff in their deck, but I think we can beat them fairly too. So, what's up, pretty lights? Good times. Oh. All right. Head is doable. It's not great, but I think it's fine. We have the path for the Rhinos. They have a fast Rhino draw. Pyromancer discard Archon, pretty good. What's good about Historic is there are some cheap options. Yeah, I mean, again, cost is by far the problem is that like cost is by far the biggest problem with Arena in general. So, like, an Historic just kind of, like, exacerbates that or whatever. Say what now? Like, renting cards? Yeah, I mean, obviously, the economy is definitely a major issue in Arena. There's no real way around that. And, you know, my love for Historic as a format is not saying I endorse the economy in Arena. It's just saying that, hey, this is a really fun format. You know, are there other problems with the client? Yeah, but if you get to actually play Historic, it's a very fun format. All right, so we need a third land, but we have multiple Path of Perils for Rhinos here. We need to draw honestly, a Grief would be pretty sweet too. I think Grief, Bitter Reunion. They gonna ice me? Oh, we're on ice. How good is Fire Ice, right? Just such a good card. Nerf Crucius, yes. I think that also they aren't fast enough to nerf the digital only cards. Crucius and the Red Green Legend are both too good, like pretty clearly. But yeah, I was talking with Mike Riley and Dan Jessup at dinner on Sunday, and I think I've come to agree. But I think that the rebalancing of cards that exist in paper is probably a bad idea. It's just too awkward. All right, so they obviously have a Violent Outburst here, but we obviously have Path of Peril. So we'll just fire up this Pyromancer, discarding Archon and Feign Death, and then we'll see if we can't get a way to get this thing back. Make some tokens, block a Rhino, draw Thoughtseize. Awesome, like that. So say go. They're going to Outburst. We can triple block one of the Rhinos, just fine. Just force some action. Yeah, I think that honestly, it seems so silly, but I think the way to make all parties happy when it comes to rebalancing cards that exist in paper is to simply ban Unholy Heat and then print, Unholy Hot Flash or whatever. Like, just new art, slightly different name, exact same text of the rebalanced card, because Magic players are trained to look at new Magic cards. So that way, I don't get used to playing Unholy Heat, and then I play it in a cube draft or a modern, and it doesn't do what I think it does. I just have Unholy Hot Flash or whatever, and I know what Unholy Hot Flash does is different than Unholy Heat, but you're also getting the effect of having the nerfed card in the format too. I think that's the solution, but... Oh, me and Dan have been buds for a long time. Dan's probably my most frequent travel buddy in my entire Magic career. Me and Dan have been to so many events together. Back during the SG Tour days, we were on Team MTG together, playing ice IQs and stuff. So then you have to craft more cards. No, you just get a free copy of the card if you own the card that they like riffed off of. You know. All right, so we're gonna Thoughtseize here. And try and set up Persist. Just have Grief, too. That's kind of cool. We can also Thoughtseize and just cast Path of Peril. Correct. Yeah, again, I agree. And the thing is, I really like the rebalance to Unholy Heat and DRC. It's because they're both playable. They're just not as good, which is great. It's exactly what you want in a rebalance. But it's just the awkwardness of having a card do different things in different formats. That's just too much. Like, I played a Pro Tour last year where it was 2 formats. It was an Arena Pro Tour. And it was Historic and Standard. And the card Luminarch Aspirant was pretty heavily played in both formats and did 2 different things, which is like not really cool. So, all right, we're just going to go for the full Monty here. We're going to Grief and Scam them and then Persist. If they have an Endurance, it kind of sucks, but that's fun. So let's exile a Path of Peril, fire up the Grief. Yeah, I think that's a solution. Better down the line to have Historic and Alchemy separate things? No, I think the Alchemy cards are... I think the definition of Historic is the digital-only crazy format. I think that's awesome. I love having all the digital cards in the format. There's so many fun of the Alchemy cards. There's some bad ones too, obviously. Like there's like the Magic... So they're going to evoke Endurance in response to Grief. So we're going to lose our Archon here, but I think we're still in decent shape, so we're going to scam them. So here's Endurance. They evoke this. They lose a card off it. They only have 2 cards left. Gonna get their whole hand. Alright, so do that. And their hand is Fury and Land. So I don't even need to scam them. So do I even bother Feign Deathing here? Their hand's literally a land. Persist, Path of Peril. Rob, resub, thanks so much. I guess making it a 4/3 is a thing, so sure. It's kind of lame, but... And it's ETBs. Look again. So now we're just at... We're not even at parity. We're ahead right now because we have Persist to Path to Peril to their nothing. I can also just Path the 1 Rhino and just have a 4/3 Menace. I think the best thing that can happen here is they draw a Shardless Agent and just cast it. So they would definitely just cast it. There's no way they would hold on to it. And then I just cast Path of Peril and win the game. But we'll see what happens. Z, I couldn't agree more, Z. That's basically what I say in the article. Blood Crypt. Alright, so 11 to 17. We draw a Marsh Flats. Now at least Fury's alive draw. The question is, do we cast Path of Peril or not? Let's attack. Or we leave back Grief just to block and trade. I think we cast Path. Just try and race. They have to find another Cascade card. Otherwise, if I'm not casting Path of Peril and trying to race, I'm just leaving back Grief, trading, and then, like, we're in this holding pattern. And I think their average draw might be more powerful than mine. I don't know. It's tough. I guess Path... Yeah, we may as well just wait. Sure, let's wait. Now, but they also have, like, Dead Gone and, like, Fire Ice and stuff, too. I don't know. I'm not sure, honestly. All right. They get a fire in here. Looks like it. So we're going to 10. $16, 10. They have 2 cards in hand. So do we. We're going to go get a Sacred Foundry. Untap and draw a something good. How about a Malakir Rebirth? We're going to hold that. So if you draw a Pyromancer, I want to have good things to discard. I can keep my Persist. It does suck though if they have Violent Outburst. We just like probably die. Gotta find it though. Play lands. There you go. Both in top deck mode. And we're finding a Bitter Reunion. Yeah, I guess we're going to cast this. We could, like, wait and try and draw an Archon, but I think I want to just, like, keep going here. Discard this. Draw Thoughtseize and Persist. I don't think Thoughtseize has much value here. Maybe like, you know, the turn before we try and do something with Persist, we can cast Thoughtseize to protect against Force or Endurance, but at the point now, they would almost just cast anything they draw anyway. Yeah, like if they haven't... Oh, they didn't draw Outburst, did they? God. Come on. Persisting Grief is just putting a 2-1 in play. Like, there's no way they have any cards in their hand that matter, really, I don't think, so... Alright, so pretty gross. They drew Violent Outburst. Now we're at 1, and we're dead to Fire Ice, as well as a bunch of other stuff. Not cool. If they had drawn a... It had to be Outburst exactly, too. If it's Charlotte's Agent, we just kill the stuff anyway. So like they had three Outbursts, and they drew one of them, which sucks, obviously. But all right, so now we're at 1, and we are dead to lots of stuff. We're going to draw an Archon of Cruelty right on time. What's up, Bib? How's it going, friend? Appreciate it. Thanks for the resub. All right, well, let's cast our Path of Peril here. Maybe we should have persisted the grief first. But, I don't know. They were the Outburst, I'm going to lose it. Don't you dare. They have Endurance. Alright, they got us. Alright, yeah, that's a tough game. We were in pretty good shape, but we kind of just ran out. I guess it's kind of annoying that they have main deck Graveyard Hate for us, as well as main deck Forces, too, but what are you going to do? Hand is not great, but you can try and make it work. Awesome, Zeriak. Congrats on retirement. Alright, so they play Jetmir's Garden. We draw the card we bottomed, obviously, a little Thoughtseize bug. And then we'll Thoughtseize them. Can I get an opponent hand of the week here? Let's do opponent hand of the week. Because that's pretty freaking funny. Their hand is Solitude, 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 Fury. Cavern of Souls, Triumph. Welcome to Modern in the year 2023, the year of our Lord. All right? Triumph, Triumph, Cavern of Souls, Solitude, 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 Fury. That's Modern for you, right? Am I right? All right, so I don't know what we're taking. Obviously, Solitude is better against us, but I'm sort of inclined to want to take the card that they don't have 3 of already, because they already have other Solitudes. Fury. I guess I just take Solitude. All right, I'll take Solitude. Sure. What a hand of Magic cards. How do you do this? You think Affinity can play with a new Convoke 3/2? No, that card's just not very good, I don't think. It's much worse than Frogmite. Are the Evoke Elementals the strongest cycle ever printed in Magic outside of the Moxen? I mean, the boons, like Recall, Dark Ritual, Lightning Bolt, are all pretty good. Obviously, Fable's a pretty good draw, actually. I like Fable here. So just go Malakir Rebirth, go. Lorwyn Planeswalkers? I don't agree with that. Chandra and Liliana were fringe playable at best. The Titans are pretty good. It's a fun little thought experiment. What's the best cycle in Magic's history? Oh, OG Artifact Lands is way up there. Oh, it's a joke? All right. I mean, what do you want me to do? I could hear it in your inflection of your voice, you know? Yeah. The Artifact Lands is pretty good. So they've drawn double fetch land here. So they have Cavern, Triumph. The hand's still exactly the same. We know all 5 cards in their hand. All right, let's play Fable. Get the old Fable going here. Just play Fable in every format. Easy game. That's that. Reset. Thanks so much. All right, so here's the fetch. Get some more Triomes. They have Jetmir's Guard. They're going to get an island. They're scared of Blood Moon, probably. That makes sense, yeah, because they're still scared of Blood Moon. Some scam decks play Blood Moon. End step cycle of a Triome, sure. So your hand is Solitude, Solitude, Fury, Cavern, card. Oh, fetch lands, duh. That's cycle, yeah. So yeah, fetch lands, artifact. I guess you probably need to make it non-land cycle, because obviously like the dual lands, fetch lands, artifact lands, etc. So you probably gotta make it non-land cycle. But all right, so we draw Grief. Let's discard Fury, I think. Oh, nope, they're going to do something here. What do they got here? The Companion cycle? Is a 10-card cycle a cycle? Is that considered a cycle? You just discard Fury here. Like, I like the idea of casting Grief. Discard the Furies. Draw Feign Death. That's kind of cool. Try our Goblin here. Goblin gets to attack. Wow, okay. Goblin attacking is the nut. All right, and then we just hardcast Grief, I guess. Hardcast Grief, they could Fury us and kill both the Grief and the thing. We can't feign. We could pitch cast Grief, but at the cost of like a card in our hand. This mana we don't really need, so I don't really like doing that. I could also pitch cast Grief and then just persist it back too. If I go to Feign Death, the Grief, they could just Solitude it also. Just hardcast Grief. Grief, yeah. Alright, so their hand is exactly the same as it was like 9 turns ago. Sure. Let's take Fury. So they have Solitude, Stomping Ground, Cavern of Souls. What? Okay, sure. Say go. Nothing if not consistent. Here's Cavern of Souls. I think it's our hard casting Solitudes, which is pretty gross. They're gonna main. Oh nope, they're playing Mommy. Elshnorn, Mother of Machines. That card's actually busted against us. It turns off our entire deck. All right. Now none of our cards work, so that's cool, I guess. Yep, that card doesn't work. We just can't win, actually. We literally can't win. We have no way to kill this in our main deck, and it turns off our entire deck. That sucks. I guess if we can get an Archon into play without... I guess, yeah, sure. I guess we can reanimate it, but they also have the Solitudes and stuff, too. Alright. I mean, sure. I guess we're going to hardcast Grief as a 3-2 menace, too. Sure. I mean, I guess we have somewhere to go, but they have double triggers on Solitude next turn. Wow. Wow. Alright, here we go. Play Grief, 3-2 menace, sig up. What a card. What a card. Alright, so here's Stomping Ground. They have Solitude for double triggers on the dollar. Here comes Mommy. No blocks. We have active reflection, I guess, which is kind of cool. But now I can just cast Solitude. We have all these Feign Deaths and all they have freaking exile effects too. God, this sucks. I guess I could like persist back Fury and then Feign Death it just to get a 4/4 double striker. That isn't the worst, honestly. I don't hate that. I guess they have to die too. So copy Grief. Yeah, we can win. Copy Grief, attack with everything. They play Solitude, eat 2 of them, and block the 3rd one. That's terrible for us. Yeah, I'm just pretty sure we can't win, honestly. We can persist back Fury, just to put a body in play. And then we can, like, end step copy it, make a double striker. But they're just going to Solitude us anyway here. Play the Mire, just to say go. They'll probably end step Solitude, the Reflection, and a Grief. I can copy something, but they won't do much. Yeah, we're in some doo-doo here. Man, just losing to Elesh Norn and Solitude, hardcast. It's kind of embarrassing. Elesh Norn just embarrasses our entire deck. End step Solitude. 2 triggers, thanks to Elesh Norn. Exile Reflection. It is on the end step, so I get to keep my creature till their turn. So a little, I don't know if it's a mistake or not, but target these 2. Let's copy the Fury, I guess. It's an exile. This doesn't do anything. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Pretty bad for us. And now, like, basically everything they play is just so good. Ran 6. Yeah. That's a card. Bring back a Triome. Get that card draw engine going. What happens if you Feign Death at Kiki-Jiki? Yeah, it would come back as a Saga. Alright, so Sacrifice Fury, end step, sure. It was a copy, so you can't Feign Death it. Untap, and we draw Archon of Cruelty. So, in order to win, we need to, like, hard cast Archon and then attack with it. That's our current, like, plan of action. I'm going to attack everything at Ren and see what they do, honestly. Try and catch some of these Feign Deaths. So maybe we can try and get a treasure here. Attack Ren with everything. Then you crack a fetch. We'll scoop to a 4th Solitude here. Wait, we don't know they have a Solitude in their hand, do we? Alright, you win. You got me. Elesh Norn plus Solitude is pretty good against us. So let's bring in our Terminates so we can actually kill this Elesh Norn. Elesh Norn's basically unbeatable. And then we're going to shave down on like one of these. Maybe like 1 Footsteps. Fury doesn't seem very good here either, honestly. It seems like fine, but let's try this. So many Solitudes. All hanging out together. Not very solitary. Freaking modern. Solitude. What a hand. Just Triome, 3 Solitudes and a Fury. Oh man. It's alright. We're good. Yeah, our whole deck is ETB triggers. The whole freaking deck. So does Elvish Norn stop death triggers too? No, it doubles ETBs and for you and stops ETBs to your opponent. Yeah, so like Archon ETB, Fury ETB, Grief ETB, Pyromancer ETB. So all these effects, and our goal is to do them twice and 3 times. It's kind of our shtick. So and before they add all of the evoke elementals to Historic, that would be a very sad day. I'm already pissed about Ragavan in Historic. So Norn lets you evoke elementals without sacking them. No. The sacrifice effect of the evoke card is part of the evoke ability. It's on casting, I believe. So don't think the evoke part is tied to a come into play ability. I don't think. Maybe it is. I don't know. But on the play, we've got Persist, Grief, Rebirth. We can keep this. We have turn 1 Grief Scam if you want it. I think you probably do. I mean, they do have Solitude. They could Solitude us. So we could, like, pitch, Persist, Grief Scam. Yeah, we gotta do that, right? So, land, pitch it. Rev, reset, thanks so much. I'm doing good, Rev. How are you doing, my friend? Their hand is Force of Vigor. Must think be a Blood Moon. Endurance, Leyline Binding. Sure, this is pretty dope, actually. Their hand's terrible. Do it again. I guess they can Endurance me here if they want to, but that's still like a hand. That's a rock, so. And we were going to take the Endurance anyway, so sure, this is fine. So they're going to pitch a Force and cast Endurance. So now their hand is literally Force. And actually, I took their hand away, so that's fine, whatever. We're going to Bitter Reunion something. Show Archon, please. That's just Reunion. Discard Reunion. Try to draw a land for Pyromancer and just get our cards going here. Land Thoughtseize, sure. I guess they have their hands Force of Vigor, land, yeah. Get a Triome. Oh, fuck, I'm paused. Shit. Alright, I'll have to go back and add this back in. Damn it. Sanctifier and Vec. Sanctifier and Vec in the Zagoth Triome deck. Oh, that card's busted against us. We're playing Affinity today also. I guess we're going to Thoughtseize. Pretty shitty. Take Force of Vigor. Their hands Beseju, Flooded Strand. Well, this does turn off our entire deck, so that's not very good. Path of Peril's on the board. We didn't bring it in because bringing Path of Peril seems pretty bad here because it doesn't touch anything else in their deck. But perhaps we need to bring it in. Alright, let's get Blood Crypt. Take 2. See if Pyromancer can't get us there. Blood Crypt again. Sure. We're at 10? Damn. Play Pyromancer. Draw 2. Discard Crypt, draw 2. We draw Footsteps, Marsh Flats. That's pretty annoying. They have like actual nothing. Like they really have nothing left, but the Sanctifier might just be enough. Kind of can't touch it. And it does turn off our entire deck. All the things we're trying to do. Elvish Norn and Sanctifier are like 2 cards to turn off everything we're trying to do in this deck. Cycle of a Triome. Can't have Zagoth Triome in your Sanctifier draw, of course. All right. Here we go. Take two. We're at 8. They play Boseiju, and they have 2 cards in hand. And tap and draw a Marsh Flats. Tilt. All right. Yeah, I think we're might be dead here. Opponent's just straight hating on us. All right. Yeah. All right. We're just going to pack it in here to the Elish Norn Endurance Sanctifier deck. You got me. Too much hate. Can't beat it. All right. On the play. It's pretty bad. But I think we just keep. We can, like, obviously, like, pitch if we need to. Obviously, if we draw, like, land here, it's pretty bad. But put them all against 6, sure. Gods Unchained is on PC. I think it's on mobile too. I'm actually not sure. I should know that. Hashtag sponsored. Blood Crypt tap to go. Swamp. And any spell. That's pretty cool. So let's bitter away the Fury, I think. Try and draw a Archon for next turn. Keep the Grief. We could always grief them too. Draw Persist and then another Grief. We could just grief them here, but I don't think I want to do that just yet. Let's get a little more information on what they're doing. Mismatched Swamps. Night's Whisper. Damn. That's a sweet earth. Alright, sure. Thoughtseize. We could Thoughtseize, Grief, Persist Grief. What's up, man? What's up, Vonderwunk? Good meeting you, my friend. Let's Thoughtseize and see what's up. Let's start there. What do they got? They got Karn March lands. Alright. That hand is atrocious. I would say we don't want to grief them because their hand's actually heinous. They have a March and nothing else going on. So we can't even scam them because we only get 1 card. So I think we just say go. They do have Urborg plus Cabal Coffers. So they've got that going for them. Here's a Urborg. Cool. Do we hardcast Grief? Just take their March? I don't think so. Archon of Cruelty?
Oh, it's Lightning Helix! Oh my god!
That's up. Alright, so let's just cast our Pyromancer. Discarding Grief and Archon. And draw Feign Death, Footsteps of the Goryo. Sure. Well, we're all queued up for next turn. We got Footsteps, Archon, Trigger, Haste, Trigger, Feign Death, Trigger. We have literally everything. Oh, I'm sorry. We need a mana to do everything. Here's the Cabal Coffers. Untap and draw an untap land to do everything? Not quite. So we could Footsteps the Archon. All right, we'll just persist. Let's persist. Persist Archon. Pitch cast Grief first. Why? We have Feign Death for a kill spell. I think we're good. We actually want them to cast a kill spell, I think. So trigger Archon. They tap 2, 3, 4. I'm thinking maybe March pitch cast, which is honestly great because we have Feign Death anyway. So I guess it goes back tapped, so I can't attack with the Reunion, but that's still fun. 5 mana in the pool. Off Coffers Archon. Off Coffers Urborg. Pitch a March to cast a March. Sure. They're gonna scoop to the Feign Death here, I think. Feign Death. Dies. Comes back. Trigger again. Discard Swamp. Discard Urborg. And now I have a 7/7 Archon in play. GLHF. And they have a Blast Zone and one other card in hand. We're doing the thing we're supposed to do. They have 2 Coffers. All right. They're going to Blood Sheaf. Do it again. Save it forever. Archon of Cruelty. Oh, no.
Game. Blouses.
All right, who's ready for Ley Line of the Void? All right, let's bring in some wear tears. Let's see. So they're like mono black Cabal Coffer stuff. I would say we want to shave. Let's see. I just got all the Furies, I think. Got the Furies. Add a bunch of wear tears. Stony Silence. Nah. Path, no. Emrakul, no. Terminate, I don't think so. I might just do this, honestly. They could also have, they have the Karn package for Graveyard Hate too, but. What's up, Time Face? Like the cool stuff video. Try playing Toxic. I don't know if it has a good matchup. I think it's good against any of his slower decks. Bounce Holes are bad against Grixis. We don't bring them in there. Like, you're right. That's why I don't bring them in. Yeah, that was cool. It's a little underpowered, but it's like scrappy. It could definitely it has a good strategy overall. Travis. Yeah, possibly not Ley Line because they have a Karn board, but come on, what's this? Mulligan. Keep. Dump 1 Reunion. It's turn 2 Reunion, discarding whatever. It's fine. Let's go. Alright, so we draw Undying Malice too. Alright, let's play Mire and say go. We could pitch cast Grief and then do the scam thing next turn. Maybe. We'll see though. Swamp, go. Alright. Draw a black card here. We do draw a black card. Alright, so let's go let's pitch cast Grief and do the scam thing. They could obviously kill it response, but I think it's fine. So let's pitch this, discarding one of these Sacred Rebirth. Alright, so they have
Good old rock. Nothing beats that.
Fatal Push, Invoke Despair is their hand. They do have Coffers. They have no Urborg, and they have Demolition Field. Sure. All right, so I guess we're gonna scam, take Fatal Push here. Let's Feign Death and bring this thing back. It's a 4/3 menace too, so take this and play Sacred Foundry tapped and just say go. Now I have Reunion discarding a Archon next turn. All right, it's pretty good. Pretty good. Fatal Push, Invoke Despair. Oh, Demolition Field, they got me. Let's get a mountain. They get a swamp. So, they've got Blast Zone, Cabal Coffer, Swamp, Mystery card in hand. We are going to Bitter Reunion this Archon. And draw Thoughtseize. Do we think their last card has any merit? Should we Thoughtseize them or no? Down to 16. Could just hold up Undying Malice. Their hands Coffer, Swamp, Blast Zone, X. Costs 4 life to cast Thoughtseize here. I think we just say go. Leave up Undying Malice, because draw a removal spell. Fetch dual land tapped. Knight's freaking Whisper. Down 14. Draw 2 cards. Now I want to Thoughtseize them, right? Now I've cast a card draw spell, so. Here's Coffers. Alright. We get Blood Crypt. Oh, we discarded the... Oh, they killed our Foundry, so we have no white, actually. That's kind of annoying. Sure, untap and draw a Rebirth. Sure. So, attack. Thoughtseize you. Maybe play a land. Their hand is Walking Ballista. They drew the Urborg. Now they have Urborg plus Cabal Coffers. Nothing to do with it, though. Play Mire and just say go. What a game. What a game of Magic. Coffers number 2. But, oh, they didn't play the Urborg. Sure. Gotta go coast to coast here with the old Grief Skis.
Oh, it's Lightning Helix! Oh my god!
Footsteps. Creeping around. I hear footsteps. We have haste or malice to get back to do the Archon thing twice. Footsteps. Din 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 din. Say GG. Show me deck lists. Sure. Link to the chat. There you go. Normally I don't talk in chat, but look at that. Love it. All right. We're going to keep. It's not exciting, but Spire, Bloof, Canal, go. All right, so probably just Blood Crypt here. Oh, it's your Grief. Okay.
Bingo!
We should go for it, right? How can we not go for it here? So let's just go Swamp, pitch, Malakir Rebirth, Feign Death. I'm in. We're going all the way. All right, so pitch cast, ship this. Cycle, sure. So they're playing Living End. I mean, it's good that we know that because now you can try and pitch Archon aggressively. But look at their hand. It is Architects, Brazen Borrower. So it's all just creatures. That sucks. So like we can scam here. We almost don't even want to. Because, like, it should put some more cards in the graveyard, but I guess it's fine. Take Borrower. We just want to have a 4-3 in play, so sure. Ship this. Cycle Curator, sure. I mean, that's a horrible play, right? What are they doing? Why are they cycling as a response to my Grief? Now if they draw a Cascade card, we just get to kill it. Alright. They drew a Sky Turtle, an Architect, and a Curator. Sure. Let's just take the Sky Turtle, I guess. So, 2 Cyclers. I have a 4-3. And we say go. And ideally, we just want to draw an Archon and put it in the graveyard so their Living End sucks. That's definitely the goal here. Cycle Curator, sure. I mean, if they just draw a Cascade card next turn, we're going to lose, which kind of sucks, but 1 Archon off the top, please. Bloodstained Mire. God damn it. All right, sure. So we're going to bid a reunion. We could discard Pyromancer to try and, like, just put a creature in the graveyard for Living End. But they have so many things now, it's not going to be enough. So we're just going to discard a land and just try and draw an Archon to discard next turn and hope they don't have it next turn. I think that's going to be our current course of action. Didn't draw an Archon. They also, I guess now we played this, they know we're playing Archon, but it could just be like a regular scam deck and not a Reanimator deck. Cycle for 2 life. They already have the land, so please don't. I mean, if you got it, you don't, right? If it's Outburst, I guess I just say go, but they have it. All right, I guess. We're dead. Just gonna main phase it, cast Living End, and we're dead. Okay. We have no outs, right? Because we're just dead on board, so yep. All right. Yeah, sure. What are you gonna do? Also architecting us, sure. All right. Well, that was a very fun game. Let's sideboard in. Don't got much actually. Yeah, we're just gonna submit because, I mean, obviously, if we could just get Archon into the graveyard, it's pretty awesome for us because bringing back Archon and then we attack with it is pretty good way to win. But yeah, that's not too cool. Sideboard seems kind of eh. This like 5 out of league. Look cool. So I figured I'd grab it and try it out. On the play. Got Fury, Bitter, Grief, Persist, Footsteps. Okay, so we can like, we might be more inclined to just aggressively grief them without scamming. Because it puts in the graveyard also. Let's keep this. We can Bitter on turn 2 and look for Archon. We've got reanimation spells also. Alright. Grief helps to stop endurance too, which is important. Alright, so I'm gonna play Cliffs and Sega. We're just gonna chill. I don't see reason to grief on turn 1. Let them cycle for a little bit and get their hand better, just as long as we do it before turn 3. Getting this Fury in the graveyard is also pretty awesome too. Breeding Pool, shocking. Curator Mysteries, yeah. Just like going for the F6 value, I guess. Nope, they're going to grieve me. Alright, here's Grief. Probably take Bitter Union to make our hand really, really bad. Shit. I mean, I don't see how it could be anything but Bitter Reunion, right? This just like puts Fury in the graveyard, gets us deeper. Our hand's not great right now anyway. Just don't see how it can be anything else. They take that. I mean, we get to grief them. I get Fury in the bin too. What's up, opponent? What are you doing? Hello?
Would it help if I got out and pushed?
What are we doing here, huh? What's the what's going on?
They have a warrant for your arrest. You're going to jail.
Remember, folks, first up at that follow button on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We got hashtag sponsored stream for God Unchained today. Could be playing that for about an hour and a half, trying out a new game. I believe Chris Clay, one of the original Magic Arena people, had a hand in it. All right, took the reunion. Good job. That's what think that was a foregone conclusion, but sure. Untap and draw a Blackcleave Cliffs. Alright, so I guess we're just gonna grief them. I mean, now our hand's like pretty bad, unfortunately. Let's grief. Pitching Footsteps. Take a little look. See what their hand is. It is Outburst, Force Negation, and then nothing. Wow. Okay. That's a pretty bad hand. Do we want to try and persist the grief, take the force, and go from there? I don't hate it, honestly. I guess it's only a 2-1 then. That's pretty slow. Hand's pretty bad, though, truth be told. Yeah, just do it. Not the most exciting, but take the force. So they have Forest, Spire, Bluff Canal, Otawara, and then nothing. Seasoned Pyromancer. Oh!
Oh, it's Lightning Helix! Oh my god!
That was a good drop. That was fantastic. Best possible draw on the deck. Attack for 2. Cast Pyromancer, pitch Fury, draw 2, put a good creature in the graveyard. Ship it, draw a Swamp Rebirth. Alright, that's not ideal, but sure. Put some bodies in play too. Get a little bit of clock going here. Cycle a Striped Riverwinder, sure. Play Misty over Forest Otawara. Yeah. Malakir Rebirth until the end of time. Alright, sure. Living End, it like exiles and stuff, so this wouldn't even do anything. Let's place the land. Hardcast Fury, maybe. So go. End step, nothing. Here's that Forest. Otawara's up. They want it. They got it. Swamp. Alrighty then. Attack with everything. 2-turn clock. This is a real kind of embarrassing game. Panda, resub. Thanks so much. End step. Sky Turtle back Violent Outburst. It's pretty good, honestly. So they get to grief me also. So let's read Living End, please. It's like, ugh. So the Fury will come back and kill the Curator, but they're still got a lot of stuff in play. And they're at 5. Yeah, let me reread Living End. I don't think that Rebirth does anything to Living End. I believe it exiles first. They're going to play the Otawara. Oh my god, they drew another Riverwinder? Oh my god. Alright, now we're in trouble. Another 4. Yeah, I believe Living End exiles everything. Alright, so each player exiles all creature cards from their graveyard, then sacrifices all creature cards they control, then puts all, so it will trigger actually. So we can hit our Pyromancer here and just try and draw some cards and kind of keep going here, I suppose. That's a way to do things, right? Yeah, sacrifice all creatures they control. So it's Rebirth here. And then just let it ride, see what happens. Alright, so they also get to Architect me too, which blows. But I also get to grief me too. Ugh. Kill the 4/4 flyer. I think we're still just super dead here. Discard this and draw. Draw Fable, and then grief my Fable. think we're dead. Active player's ability stack first, then non-active player. Active player is the person whose turn it is, so ours resolve first, then theirs resolve, which works out in their favor here. And I think we're just dead. So we're at 4 and they're at 18. We're also going to... They stacked our deck, too. Yeah, it's trying to land, obviously. Sure. So, 5, 10. They have 6 in the air. We have this Fury. I guess we're just blocking and then Pyromancer. I guess we could, like, still win in theory. We like crack this Marsh Flats, get back 2 tokens, make some blocks, and just, like, untap and draw. It's got to be a pretty good draw, honestly, but I'm not sure what it is. Maybe like Bitter Reunion into like something else. Dead the Pyromancer. Sure. Still have blocks, I guess. Cycle Architects. Probably should cycle first, but whatever. Attacking everything. No, not attacking everything? Sure. I guess they're at 4, so they're concerned with dying. Alright. Bring back tokens. Crack the fetch land. I mean, our blocks here aren't the worst. We get to kill some stuff and only take 6. So they still have 11, 12. They still have enough power play to kill us next turn, so we got to draw something good here, but what are you going to do? Let's draw. How about a Thoughtseize? How about a Thoughtseize, huh? How about that? Thoughtseize you. They have 2 lands in their hand. Alright, we're going to pack this one up. Alright, I've seen enough. I'm done playing this deck. So we're gonna pack it up. We'll take a look at it and see what we think. Yeah, I mean, the card Endurance existing is a pretty big count against this deck, unfortunately. It just seems worse than like the creativity stuff that's happening, because creativity gives you this like backdoor plan of like not needing the graveyard. So this deck is pretty reliant on the graveyard and therefore very weak to cards like Sanctifier or Endurance, stuff like that. Just seems like a worse creativity deck. So kind of bummer. What are you gonna do? So YouTube folks, love you. Like, comment, subscribe. More decks to play on stream.